This week, we celebrated Coaches versus Cancer, which is no doubt a serious matter that has affected all of us at some point, whether family members, loved ones, or friends. There are more than 15.5 million Americans alive who have had a history of cancer. The American Cancer Society projects in 2018 that a total number of 1,735,000 of new cancer cases. 609,000 deaths are projected this year alone in the U.S. However, due to a heightened sense of awareness, support, technology, better medicine, cancer has seen a steady decline in the past 2 decades. As of 2015, the cancer death rate for men and women combined has fallen 26% from its peak in 1991. This decline translates to nearly 2.4 million deaths averted during this time period.
Umoja 2 TV would like to encourage everyone to get their annual checkups.
You're watching Umoja 2 TV.
We're live with Umoja 2 TV.
You're watching Umoja 2 TV.
You're watching Umoja 2 TV.
Welcome, Umoja 2 TV. We're back.
Back there. Let him play through it. Nick Journey wide open. Oh, the full play! The sixth. Oh! The Eagles triggered it in. Long free by Ortel. Whoa. Oh, wow. Slow. Okay, that is Umoja 2 TV. Peace.
Welcome to Umoja 2 TV. I'm Coach Danzy alongside my partner, Coach Fuller. Tonight we're bringing you some more highlights and top 5 rankings and standings this week to our high school weekly remix show. So strap in and stay tuned. Our first highlight is going to be Shaker versus Colonie. That was a good game as well in the beginning. Built to be a great game, Coach. So we'll see right here in these highlights how close or how intense was that game.
Very exciting game, very impactful. You'll see that Colonie got off to a really great start. If we can go to the highlights, awesome.
Now we got the blue division, a great division right here, Coach. Great division rivals going at it. So let's see here. We start out with the Shaker with the ball, the Blue Bisons. Oh, we got a little high-low action there with Sloan to Cook for 2 with the foul.
Yeah, Cook inside for 2.
Wow, Isaiah Moe from deep, Coach.
Yeah, he was real deep, shooting deep that night.
He plays D2 and the finger roll, like Iceman. Then he penetrates again. Wow, a lot of highlights from Isaiah Moe. Oh, A-bar. See you later. And 1. Plus the harm. Oh, Coach, pull up on the break.
Oh, he's just pulling up from the parking lot.
Wow, big time. Satin, Aaron Satin. He said, I can contribute too.
Oh, he's silky smooth like satin too.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, Isaiah Moe can pass the ball too, Coach.
Look, inside.
Wow.
He was doing it all that night, Coach.
Yeah, look at his side step right there. Bang, bang. Ooh-wee. Okay, we got a little huddle here, Coach. What do you got here?
Yo, Isaiah was feeling himself. He was doing it all that night. Look at him. He's telling his teammate, just hang in there with me.
Look at Cook. Oh, the spin cycle and the finish.
With the jelly.
Oh, yeah. Second half, Coach. Different ball game. Okay, we get a rebound. We out. Oh, we got Edward with the ball, Coach. Isn't it rebound with the big guys? Oh, Coach, what happened here, Coach?
Oh, yeah. Cook suffered an injury that night, and I had a chance to talk to him, and he said his back of his Achilles was hurting.
Oh, man. Isaiah Moe ain't taking no comfort in that. He's going to still pour it in. Look at that. 3.
Yeah, he just went on. He was dropping threes all game.
Look at Burt trying to get his team back
Slicing
involved.
and dicing inside.
Coach, they had like a 20-point lead. Oh, the finisher!
Up and away!
Colonie 71 and the Shaker 52. Now, Coach, you had a chance to see that game.
Absolutely. I was out at that game.
Now, was the score closer or any indication how that game actually went?
No, actually the score was exactly how it went. I know sometimes it may appear that, The score is not an indication of the game. That was. Colonie, and as you saw in the highlights, Isaiah Moe was played like a man possessed.
Right.
He came out and put Colonie totally on his back and went to work.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I had a chance to speak to Shaker was without Mahoney once again.
Yes.
Once again.
Let's point that out.
And he said that he hopefully to be back the next game. Or minimally one more game he'll miss.
Okay.
So that's another thing. And then Cook going out the third period. However, having said that, I don't want to take anything away from what Isaiah Moe and the Garnet Raiders were able to do that night. They came in and really coming after victory off a shin, and then coming in here was like, no, we're starting to pull this thing together.
Right. Now, Coach, we had an injury there. You got another injury with the, with Mahoney out. What are their chances looking like right now, Coach?
Health, like we see with Bethlehem with Artell being out. It's health. Their chances right now, let's grant it. Even without Mahoney, it's been a tough struggle. This has been their guy that gets them going, And now with Cook going out, not knowing what the timetable of his return may be or how the seriousness of significance of his injury is, we don't know. But they need both of those guys. They're having struggle without one of those guys. You can't imagine them trying to move forward without those two guys. So Shaker has a lot of unanswered questions for themselves right now.
Now let's get back to the winner of the game, Colonie, Isaiah Moe, Coach. He's a load. And when he plays the way he's been playing the last couple games that I've seen, Coach, of him, there's no one better in the section. This guy can shoot it. He can bring up the court. He can score in transition. He can take contact. He makes free throws. I think he shoots like 78% from the free throw line. Coach, it ain't too much this guy cannot do. He can block shots. But I could go on. But can you share something?
Well, this is the thing with this guy is that what you like to see, this is a Division I commit to Vermont. So what you like to see is a lot of times you see guys that are Division I players like that separate themselves from the pack. You see these guys start to show and prove why I am who I am, why I'm a part of that upper echelon when it comes to basketball in this area, and you're starting to see that with him. And it was kind of weird because the offense coach seemed to run a little bit more smoother with him sharing the responsibility along with Abar. Abar wasn't as ball dominant that game. You saw Moe bringing up a lot more, doing a lot of things, and so I think he's just getting in that mode where he's just like, you know what? It's go time. Get on my huge shoulders and let's get this thing going. So they got to come off of really two impressive wins back to back off of a shin.
Yes.
And
I just can't get enough of this kid because he's playing both sides of the ball. He's playing defense. And he's playing offense. He averaged like 25 something a game. You know what I mean? So he's one of the leaders in Suburban Council, and let alone the section in scoring. He's in top 10 in scoring in section 2, and that's over. That's a lot of schools in our section. So with the Class D, Class B, and all those, he's top 10.
Yes,
that's saying a lot.
Yes, no, I was
in the competition, AA competition,
AA competition as well.
Yes,
no, I was thoroughly impressed with his output and what he brings to the table, and that's what you want to see from a guy that as big as he is, strong as he is, as fast as he is, it's almost equivalent to LeBron on a micro level. Of course, LeBron on a macro level to 6'8", 260 NBA. But on a micro level, he's like LeBron-esque. With being that big, handling the ball, can get out in the open court, put the pressure on you. How do you stop this kid? And now he can pull from the three-point line and showing that part of his artillery. Yes.
Coach, ain't nobody taking too many. And two people taking charges on that guy.
Absolutely. You may, like Barkley said one time, you may take one, but you won't take any more.
Okay. Now, you know anything to say about Coach Daggs? What he's been providing now? Like he changed the things up with Moe handling the rock a little more.
Yes.
What do you think there?
Well, like I said last time we were out, I thought that Will Abar, point guard wise, has the quickness, has the dribbling ability, but I thought that he didn't use it as effectively as he could. This time out, I just saw where they kind of have a shared role and shared responsibility of having the ball, and it worked well for them. So I don't know, if Daggs has made that adjustment or Moe has took it upon himself or a combination of these things, but absolutely, I see a little bit of difference in the way that they're playing, the way they should, and you know who else is coming into their own? Aaron Satin.
Yes, he is.
Aaron Satin is coming to his own as well for that team.
He looks very confident. But I'm gonna end with this, Coach, with the Shaker Colonie. If Isaiah Moe could keep this pace right now, and he's a 1,000-point scorer. He got that last week, 1,000-point scorer. So congratulations to you, Isaiah Moe, for getting your 1,000-point. Vermont has got to steal. This guy right now can really blossom over there in Vermont and really, do some good things. If he continue to do what he does and continue to work hard, you can see Vermont really making some noise.
Right. I know we're closing on this, but I just want to add this on. It's a tremendous upside for him, number one. Number two, I heard the kid through the grapevine has great work ethic. All right, so when you combine that and you get into a college program that can harness them skills and harness that work ethic, they definitely got to still the sky's the limit for him.
Right, right. Okay, we're gonna leave that discussion and go on to our next highlights with Saratoga versus LaSalle. Let's put those up. Now, this is a smaller gym, coach, that the Saratoga's used to playing in, but it was a battle.
I would allude to that after the highlights about the small gym and stuff.
Yeah, so we're going right to the second half. Saratoga was up big time with 12 points in the second half. You got Danilo there hitting the three. He gets the ball again, scores down low. Big fella going inside. He needs to do more of that, coach.
Yes, he does. He needs to be inside, getting it dirty and mixing it up inside.
There's LaFrost. He got a little razzle-dazzle with him. He knocks down a three. And here he is again, knocks down another one.
Yes, it is.
He was a big part of that run, coach. And then you got Sapil here, just stops and pops off the little
was
screen.
fighting in that game. They did not lay down.
No. And then look at this here, coach. Aiden Holmes gets the elbow inadvertent by Danilo right
be
there.
down there with the big boys, huh?
Yeah, look at it. LaFrost again. LaForest again knocks it down. Now, this is the first field goal that the Blue Streaks scored right there with Brian Hart. Okay, Evans, he goes uptown, knocks down the big three.
The South started feeling themselves, but here's that guy again.
Yeah, he broke it wide open right here, coach. I mean, they got a 4-point lead there, coach, with that. And then, it froze on our end right here. But Will Fox, coach, hit a big-time layup inside the paint to give them even more cushion. And, the Blue Streaks escaped out of there with a 50-41 victory.
Operative word, escape. Absolutely. They did escape out of there.
Yeah, coach. So, I mean, the game was... It was ugly at times because a lot of shots were missed from both teams. You know what I mean? The second half was a lot more exciting because LaSalle Cadets found their touching outside, but Saratoga was still struggling from theirs,
Yeah, and you had the opportunity to talk to the coach a little bit about that and Nick Chudy
about it, yes. Let's see what they had to say.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. We saw that they were pretty good with that. They do a nice job trapping, and they've got some long guys up top that can alter passes. So we talked about it, but we didn't make the best decisions tonight, and it cost us. So we talked about that after the game, trying to, take care of the ball, make good decisions, regardless of what the score is, where we are, who we're playing.
It's good to see that we can win even when we're not shooting good. Like me, AJ, and Matt weren't really hitting as many shots as we usually do. But it's good to see that we can still win even when our shots aren't falling.
Coach, the biggest thing that I saw in that game, in the second half especially, LaSalle came out in the second half with a 1-3-1. That discombobulated the Blue Streaks, and especially in that small gym. You know what I mean? And then, they got it down within 1 point. I think they even took the lead with that 1-3-1. Then Coach Scapolari took it off, went to a 2-3. And then, they started finding their rhythm a little bit, and found some holes and got a little cushion and ran away with it. I think if Coach Scapolari can, replay that game in his head, I think he would stay with that 1-3-1 a little longer, take it off, bring it back or something. But,
something to that effect.
What do you think about those highlights you saw, Coach?
Well, a lot of times what happens with coaches in those situations is that they overthink themselves sometimes, and they figure that sometimes the other team is figuring them out, so let me take it off right here and nip it there. Like one of those things that you talked about when you get home and you replay in your mind, you go, oh, man, if I could have had that over again. However, what I say is that, see, the thing about it is that this is the kind of game for Saratoga. When you're on any type of streak, when you're on any type of plight or any type of pursuit of any championship, you're going to have these type of games. And these are the games that you have to overcome. It's not going to be the smooth 20-point wins all the time. It's going to be the nail biters. It's going to be the teams that you figure you should win. What they call them trap games sometimes. You're coming in somebody else's territory, you're playing on their gym. And you saw Saratoga have one of their toughest shooting nights that they have had. You know what I mean? So they were almost right for the upset, but like they pulled it together, got some key baskets, and actually a victory like that can actually be helpful as they move forward.
Right. And also, I mean, you think about it too, Coach. I mean, we got to talk about that size of that gym. That's a factor, Coach.
It's
you know
a big
what I mean?
Factor.
So can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. When you're in a gym like that, it's like feeling like people really are on top of you. You know what I mean? You're really on top of you. You're dealing with the depth perception is totally different. They're at home. They start to get going. Things can just have you a little rattled, and that's what you kind of allude to home cooking. That's what home cooking means. A little
Right.
small gym
Yeah,
like that.
right.
Everybody is up on you. It's a game that everybody's expecting you to win.
Right.
You should win. It's almost no pressure on the other team.
Right,
and
right,
different
right.
things of that
Right,
nature.
right,
So
right.
those are the things that take place in playing in kind of gyms like that where you cannot be in your normal rhythm.
That's right. And it was a big win, Coach, in this regard. LaSalle was honorable mention in the state last week, all right? You know, as we know, Saratoga was top 20 in the state this week as well. But going into a gym like that small, the uncomfortable, hostile environment, and you go in there and take one out of there, that says a lot. And that should vote well with you as you continue to build in the season. You know what I mean? So-
Absolutely. And on the other side, LaSalle, I mean, they had a tough out against Albany Academy.
Yeah, those
right?
by 5.
They played Albany Academy
Yeah.
strong.
Yes, they did.
And I would never imagine that.
Right.
And we saw the CBA game. They eventually got outpaced,
Right.
but they were keeping pace at some point.
That's right.
And then you want them in Saratoga.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know their schedule is not double-day filled, and they have to come to sectionals, but they're showing you that we can run with you. We
Come
can
in here
play
if you
with-
sleep if you want to.
We can play with you.
Okay, Coach. Now I talked to Coach about the struggles he had. I also talked with Trudy about it, and he said it felt really good about knowing that you can win a game like this when you're struggling from the outside. So that was good to see.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna talk about next Albany High versus Burnt Hills highlights. Okay, this is the blue division right here between two teams that are at the bottom of the blue division. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we got Jack White pulls up, knocks it in.
Gets the roll,
Yes,
as
he
they will
does.
say.
Okay, we got Tommy Haber gets the steal, finishes, nice
Oh,
with
nice
the
finish
left,
with the lefty.
This game was nick and tuck, Coach, most of the game. Oh, wow,
Ooh.
Ortiz from deep.
big fella.
Big offensive tackle out there, getting it in.
Yes.
You got agony going
From
in.
the line to the court.
Yeah, too easy right there. Okay, they love that left side, Coach. They just driving that left side there.
Yeah, wide open penetration.
Okay, now we're going to second half. Albany's down. They're trying to get back into the game. We got Steve right there knocking it down. Oh, he knocks down another one, Coach, in the corner.
Wow. Oh, what a
Wow,
roll.
shooter's touch there.
Yes.
Oh, he go big fella.
Friendly rim.
Oh, get it blocked.
maybe
Coach,
I'm sticking with it.
Coach, he quick on his feet for a
Yes,
big
he
fella.
is. I'm sticking with it. With the
Wow.
putback.
Oh, pump fake. Nobody get on me?
That's all you want?
No, you take that with you. Take that.
Okay, handle
Go
that.
another way. That was a nice little run by.
Wow,
by
he got a chance to eat a sandwich, drink a soda, wave to his family, say hi, still knock down the three.
That was a big shot. And this right here, Coach, was a sealer.
Inbounds play.
Yeah, he fell asleep there, Coach. So when you fall asleep like that, Coach, you know what happens? You lose games. I mean, that's the bottom line. You cannot let that happen.
No, absolutely not. Drives
That gave them a
crazy.
2-point cushion. But also, Albany High had a chance to tie the game up before regulation ended, and there came down the free throws, Coach, that we always harp on, talk about.
Always 50-50 factor.
50-50, he had 2 shots, he missed both. So, Albany falls again. So they're 1 and I think 11 or 12, 1-12 in the league in the gray division or blue division there. So, the struggles continues. They still got 3 more games on their schedule.
Right.
Let's see what they can do. We try to get some, salvage a little bit of the season here.
So when you Umoja 2 TV, if you're asking yourself out there, well, wow, they're featuring 2 one-win teams. Well, what we try to do sometimes is not try to overlook the teams that are working hard, and the kids are working hard too, and doing their thing. So sometimes you want to show them light too, and not always overlook them just because we're covering the top-heavy division.
That's right. That's right. So we go right to the standings and see where everybody's sitting. We passed the halfway mark in the season, Coach. We got CBA there, two games up on Troy, 2.5. Right, Coach?
Yep.
Help me out. 2.5 up there in the blue division. That's pretty much a 2-man race there. And then we got the gray division. We got Saratoga. Same thing there. 2 games up on 2.5 up, right?
2 games in the blue division, 2.5 in
Yeah,
the gray
2.5
division.
up there.
Sorry.
Yep. My math is a little confusion here sometimes, but Shinneho is there. You got Colonie. Coach, Colonie's hot right now.
Colonie's really hot right now.
And we got to see what Bethlehem does when Odell gets back. So that right there, Coach, it basically tells you the whole picture and what to look forward to.
Yeah, ironically, the 2 teams that when you look at these standings, I'm looking at 7 teams.
Yeah.
Ironically, the 2 top teams that fall probably 6 and 7 is Bethlehem and Shaker, 2 teams that's experiencing injuries right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see how they put it together health-wise and see where they're at as we come into the second half part of the season on into the playoffs.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting. Either one of those teams could be effective here. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
yes.
So, but health is definitely a big issue for them at this juncture.
That's right. All right, so let's get right into, Coach, our top 5. Okay.
Top 5. They're all live.
Yes, sir. So there you go. You see it, Coach. You see it. Saratoga Springs, #1 again. Umoja 2 TV. I think it's like the 3rd week, 4th week in a row.
Yeah, it's the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, Coach.
And you jumped Colonie. You didn't even have them on your radar last week.
Yeah, Coach. I don't play around.
I don't have them at number 3.
Coach, I told them they had to prove it to me. Didn't I say last week? I said they got an opportunity to prove it.
You did say that.
That was the game they just won against Shaker. That moved a lot.
Injured Riddle Shaker.
Yeah, but they had the 2 big boys. They had Sloan Seymour and they had Cook before Cook got injured. Third quarter, and they were up still big.
They were up huge. They were up.
They were up big.
They were up. 15.
They
were up. But it's 15 still within striking distance. You know, and that was early 3rd period.
Where Isaiah Mo's playing?
Yeah. Listen, I won't take nothing away from the way he was playing, but
okay.
all I will say is that 15 points is still within striking distance in the 3rd period.
Wow. All I know is that they're 10-3, 11-3 overall, and they're playing fantastic basketball. They're 10-3 in the league right now. You know, so.
And you dropped Shin to number 4 on your list? Are you kidding me?
I had him 3 last week.
I mean, you dropped him to number 4. Now you just
I had him 3 last week.
You just like the teams that Shin beat. Shin beat Bethlehem, who Colonie lost to. Shin beat a multitude of teams that Colonie have lost to. And you explain that. I don't understand that. That's a little bit, I'm taking it back by you just leapfrogging.
Coach, I'm going with the hotness. I'm not going by anything else right now. I mean, it's late in the season. We passed the halfway mark. So I'm going with hot. Who's hot right now? Who's boiling right now?
So what you're saying to me is right now, if you had to choose today, you would say in a head-to-head matchup, Colonie
would beat Shin. Yes, like they did last week.
Okay. That's just one game.
That's one game.
That can happen.
You just asked me that, right?
That can happen.
Okay, and we saw it happen, right?
Unreal.
We saw it happen, right?
I put Colonie at number 5. I think they still got some work to do. I like what they're doing. I like that they're moving up. I didn't have them on my radar last week. Had them as honorable mention. They're moving up. They still have some work to do, and they have a big game. Who I got ahead of them is number 4 is Troy, and that's a big game. That's coming up. Now you wanted to put them all on Shaker with Mahoney out. We know Shaker has a lot of struggles with Mahoney out. And then Jack Cook goes down in the 3rd period. We understand that. So now Troy, with a healthy Colonie, will give me a good indication of where we're at. Other than that, my top 5 is legit.
Troy was never ever out of my top 5. You know, I mean, they always been there. You know, I never had them out. So that tell you how much
flip-flopping though a little bit. I mean, Troy was like number 4 one week. I think the first week you had number 4, and you moved down to 5.
They've always been in my top 5 every week.
And then you just said Colonie go above Troy.
Troy's in my top 5 every week.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's the deal. When Troy plays Colonie,
that will be sooner than you think.
We got a little way. I think it is, right?
No, they're gonna. Yes, you're right. They play the 30th at Colonie.
Right.
That's a big game.
All right. So that's gonna solidify what my top 5 is. We'll see what happens there. Usually I'm right. More times than not.
You haven't been right on Umoja 2 yet. You know what I mean? Maybe in some other station you've been on. You do some other shows too.
I'm like 2-0 right now.
I don't know. The fans. Comment if you think this guy ever won a debate with me.
Yeah, you know
Please
what?
comment.
You know what? You guys, you fans out there, when you see this and we put this up on your feed, you comment who you think wins the top 5 debate weekly. And I think hands down they know what time it is.
Yeah, I mean you got to go by. I think when you do these type of seedings, I think you have to really test the pulse of what's going on in the area right
Absolutely.
now. And right now, I don't think anybody wants to play Colonie. Right, not the way Isaiah Mo is playing right now. He's probably the most dominant player in the league.
Yeah,
and the only reason why I got him 3rd because Saratoga is a team. CBA is a team. So one player ain't gonna beat them.
Shin in the Hole is a team. I just want to
No, only reason I didn't put them because they beat them.
Okay.
So that's why. And so if you want to know why, that's why.
Yeah, okay.
And it was recent. It wasn't like it happened a while ago.
Right,
Like,
but-
Saratoga lost to CBA a while ago.
Don't get too into the hyperbole. Don't get too beyond yourself here, okay?
I'm just trying to be
had them
realistic.
off your top 5. Now you done
It's fluid.
propelled them to number 3.
It's
in the
fluid.
top 5.
It doesn't stay static.
Be
What are you kidding me?
easy. Be easy here.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Be easy
You
here.
see why I win these debates, right? You see
Yeah,
why?
be easy here, all
Some
right?
guys are stiff, rigid, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
be-
You gotta be fluid. You gotta be such a fluidity. Fluidity. All right. All right, so what do we got next, Coach? Honorable mention. I got Bethlehem and Shaker there, so just so people know that I got those guys just lurking in the background, waiting for somebody to slip up.
Yeah, I mean they're about there, and with them, I think I'm right there with you. With that, I just think that health-wise will play a big role with them.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Getting them healthy will determine where they at down the stretch.
And also want to add too that Mahonison is a great team. Not great. I'm sorry. It's a very good team in the Suburban Council. But I think they drop down to A's when it goes to sectionals. They can
Right.
turn from good to great real quick.
Right.
So they beat a tough Schenectady team on Schenectady's floor last week. They had some wins on their belt. You know what I mean?
I like
so,
Mahonison. I like Boston
yeah,
Spa.
Boston Spa as
I
well.
like what Coach John Lee is doing out there to place
Yeah.
himself 3rd in the I get these
In the blue division.
The blue division.
That's right, that's right.
To be right there in the blue division, you got to take your hats off to him. And I want to just say you're doing a terrific job out there with those guys.
Yes, John.
So,
Coach John
absolutely.
Lee. Keep it up. Now, upcoming games, we already mentioned a couple of them. We got Troy versus Colonie on Tuesday, January 30th. We got Troy versus CBA, February 9th. We got Shin versus Saratoga on February 9th. We got some big games on February 9th.
we do.
And then we got another one, Bethlehem versus Colonie on February 9th. We're going to have Ortel back by then. You know what I mean? So we
Right.
don't know. We also got Shin versus Shaker. We'll see if them guys are back there too. That's on February 6th. And then we got Bethlehem versus CBA on a Saturday, February 3rd. So those are my games right there to watch that are coming up. So, Coach, we got some more shuffling.
We have a lot of fun.
Yes,
We
yes,
have a
yes,
lot of
yes.
fun ahead of us. This has been an exciting season thus far. It continues to be an exciting season. We want to thank the coaches. We want to thank the fans. We want to thank the players out there. They've been very gracious to us, and they're feeling the show. They like what we're doing, and we want to just tell you we appreciate that support.
That's right. That's right. So, Coach, we got anything else you want to add or in with right now? You sure?
I think I'm 100% sure, Coach.
Okay. All right. Umoja 2 TV. Peace.
Peace. Oh, you played me too. I want to let you